Hello. Okay, next tutorial. This time I'm meant to be dressed up as my take on Alice Angel from the fantastic game Bendy and the Ink Machine. If you've not played Bendy and the Ink Machine, I absolutely recommend you go play it. It's amazing. I'm currently playing it on my gaming channel. Little shout out, I'll pop that link in the description bar below. Yeah. This version of the character is relatively new, they only just released it. I mean, Alice Angel has been in chapters 1 and 2, but in chapter 3 you saw Alice in like this kind of half-cooked form. It's both creepy and beautiful. Creepyful. So I took the design of the character and put my little spin on it. I hope that's okay. So yeah, if you'd like to learn how to recreate my version of Alice Angel, stay tuned. So to start things off, I'm going to take a Kryolan face liner pencil, and with that I'm going to start tracing on the shape that I want for the mouth. So there seems to be 3 dedicated areas separated by like a throng of skin, which sounds lovely. So I'm just going to lightly trace on those 3 areas first, and then we can work on adding some teeth and some more detail afterwards. So then, inside the first 2 holes, I'm going to work on drawing on the teeth and a gum line. Then, once I've got the shape mapped out, I can take a M.A.C white watercolor and I can start painting in the teeth. Then, because I'm going to make this entire makeup in grayscale, the reason I'm doing that is just because I think it's more in keeping with the game style. I'm going to be painting the gum line in a grey as opposed to a red. So because I really wanted a particular light shade of grey, I mixed together 2 parts of white M.A.C Chroma Cake watercolour with 1 part black Chroma Cake watercolour to get this really nice light grey. And with that I can paint on these 4 areas here. I'm then going to take a Maybelline Newyork Master Ink Liquid Eyeliner, and with that I can go around each tooth and the outside of the mouth holes, just to define them a little bit. Then I'm going to take a M.A.C Black Paint Stick, which is a gorgeous black cream, and I'm going to blend the entire outside line inwards on both holes. Not going all the way to the teeth, maybe about 1 centimetre, just to add the illusion of depth. Then, taking some more of that black cream, I'm going to colour in these 2 hollows right here. They're just going to be the cheek hollows where the teeth have stopped. Then blending quite harshly this entire area here, I'm going to blend it outwards, going over maybe 1, maybe 1.5 of the teeth, just so the gradient goes in this direction. Then, with the same black cream, I'm going to go around each tooth on the tops and bottom, and I'm going to blend the tooth ever so slightly in towards itself, just so it looks like the base is set in the gum. I can also lightly score down under each tooth, just to define each individual tooth. Then before I do anything else, I'm just going to go around this area in the white M.A.C Chroma Cake watercolour, just so I can crisp up the edge of the line. Then, again, taking the black cream, I'm going to go around the edge of the holes, giving a couple millimetres in between, and I'm just going to blend that colour outwards. So I'm not going to go all the way around, I'm going to stagger the line, but the point is it just needs to be a tiny little lip going around the edge. Okay, so it's not meant to be realistic, it's just meant to be cartoony and just cheesy, really, I think is the overall point. So then I can block out both my eyebrows. So I am kind of working backwards here. You could do it first if you like. Whenever I paint on a mouth, I just like to work bottom upwards. So that's just my particular method. So I'll pop a link in the description bar below and a link up here that teaches you guys how to block your eyebrows out, just so I don't have to recap it in this video because I did a tutorial for it a little while ago. So I'm going to block out my brows and we'll go from there. So once my eyebrows are blocked out, I can take the white watercolour by M.A.C once again and I can colour the rest of my face in. Okay, so for now, don't worry too much about the lip ending so abruptly. I'm going to be finishing that off when I do the rest of this side. For now, I'm just going to mainly focus on this side. So then I can take a M.A.C black Chroma Cake watercolour and I can start working on the shape that I want for this eye. So this eye is going to be mostly just a black hole that's dripping down. So there's not too much to worry about it. It is going to be fairly pointed either side, so still fairly feminine, but mainly it's just going to be organised mess. So once I've got the rough shape that I want, I'm going to take the black cream by M.A.C once again and a relatively stiff fluffy brush, and I'm just going to make it so the entire edge isn't so abrupt, just so it's a bit blended out, a bit more smoky. So just keep blending until you're happy that there is still a shape there, but it's mostly hollow and smokied out. So then the fun part, I'm going to take the black watercolour by M.A.C and I'm going to start working on trickling down some ink spills. So I'm going to do maybe 3 or 4 different spills just coming underneath the eye. Then when you're happy with that, I'm going to work on the eyebrows. So the eyebrows are quite dragged, to be honest, which is one of my more favourite things to do. Just a really long and pointed brow. So I'm going to do that with the black watercolour and a really sharp angle brush. I'm just going to do this eyebrow for now, and then I can work out what I'm going to do on this side, because I am kind of making this up on the spot, because there's not a huge amount to go on with the character yet. So then I'm going to take my Kryolan face liner pencil again and I'm going to start drawing on the shape that I want for this half of the lip. And I can colour that in with the black watercolour by M.A.C. Then taking the white watercolour, I'm just going to add a couple little reflective lines just on the bottom lip, just to differentiate a little bit between the lip and the teeth. So then onto this eye, so it's mostly just going to be one giant wing, but I am going to smoke it out ever so slightly just so it doesn't look too different from this side. So I'm going to take the black M.A.C watercolour and I'm going to do a very heavy wing going out and upwards. Then taking the black cream again by M.A.C and a really firm fluffy brush, I'm going to lightly blend out the edge of the eyeliner. Then, using the same method as before, I'm going to copy this eyebrow on this side. Okie dokie, eyebrows, yay! I am going to change the design of my eye a little bit because having this smoked out all the way to the new fake brow bone and having this one not makes this brow look a little bit hooded. So I'm just going to take that black cream and smoke the top half upwards a little bit. Yeah, I think that's a little bit better. It's still got the shape to it, but it's blended out the same as this, just to make it a bit more even. So then taking the black cream again, I'm going to do quite a harsh contour on this side of my face for the cheekbone. I'll show you where I've gone first and I'll blend it out afterwards. So that's the rough shape, then I'm just going to blend that colour outwards. Then, as long as there's that gradient there, I can take the white watercolour and then I can score directly underneath and then blend that downwards. I am also going to go in the waterline of both my eyes with a M.A.C black fluid line in black track, just to get rid of any hint of skin tone. Then, before I move on to any other step, I probably should do something that's fairly obvious to this look, and that is apply some fake horns. So I made these quite a while ago. They're large latex horns. I'm going to cut off all of the edges, stick them down with some Pro Stick, or you could use Spirit Gum, and I'm going to blend the edges off with some latex. Of course, it doesn't matter too much about blending the edges because you can always just cover that with the hair, so I'm just going to go quickly apply those. So after I've stuck them down, I'm just starting to colour them with the white watercolour. Then, to make this look a bit more weathered and inky and just splattered and generally less neat, I'm going to do one of my most favourite methods, which is take some black hairspray. I'm going to go outside and I'm going to spray this at arm's distance. I'm going to go once or twice over my face. In some areas it's going to be a lot closer, but it's not going to be like a big blob of colour. It's just mostly going to be some speckles of black. Just think ink splatter. So I'm just going to go quickly do that. So when you've done that, it should look something like this. So it just breaks it up a little bit. The next step I'm going to do is apply some false eyelashes, which you don't have to do. I'm doing it for 2 reasons. One, I think it might add some more glamour to this makeup, because I suppose she is meant to be kind of a glamorous character. Also, I think being a guy, I kind of need as much help making my face look as feminine as possible. So, I'm not going to go crazy with them. I'm going to be using some Eldora lashes in C143. So not crazy massive, but they should help complement the makeup, hopefully. So I'm going to pop those on with some black duo glue and we'll go from there. Hold the phone for 1 second. I just had a sudden flash of inspiration. I'm not going to put the other lash on this eye because this eye is meant to be the kind of broken eye. So I'm going to pop both lashes on this eye. So the top pair, which I've already got on, and the second pair is going to go underneath. So with both lashes in, it looks like that. I think that's the right call because at the end of this makeup, I'm going to be popping in a lens in this eye that's different to this eye. So I think it will make this eye considerably less scary at the end of this makeup if it had lashes on. Then, just to glam up the top lip a little bit, I'm going to use some O.C.C Lip Tar in black. I'm just going to dab that lightly on top. Then, onto the reason why I've not painted my neck or my ears. The reason for that is this whole area here is going to be pretty much black to shape my face to make it look a tiny bit more oval. But also, I'm going to stop the black about here and then have it dribbling down like the eye. So my whole chest here is going to be white with the ink dribbling downwards. So to achieve that, I'm going to start by taking the M.A.C white chroma cake and painting my entire chest area in white. Then, as I said before, I'm going to take the black watercolour and I'm going to paint my ears and along my jawline, making my face a tiny bit more oval, a bit more feminine. You guys obviously might not need to do that, but then I can have the colour trickling down, so it goes in random different blobs of varying lengths, exactly the same as under my eye. It's going to go down probably not much further than this area here, but we'll see. Okay, so I kind of shot ahead a little bit there, sorry about that. Just after I said I wasn't going to make them symmetrical or even or anything like that, I accidentally did, and I went with it just because I thought it's starting to look kind of like an ink necklace, and I don't know, I think it's kind of fitting. I hope it's okay that I did this. I also went around the edge with a little bit of white watercolour just to make it look a tiny bit shiny. I hope that's okay as well. Then for the costume, you could just pop on a black dress, but I'm going to be painting the top half of this black just because I want to use the same hairspray method I used up here where it's speckled. So that would be the edge of the dress if that's what you're going to do. So I'm just going to paint this area black and then spackle on some black hairspray. So there we are, super spackled. I then popped on this little white bow, which I actually used for my Bendy tutorial as well. I just stuck this down with a little bit of Spirit Gum. And yes, I think all that's left for me to do now is pop in some contact lenses, pop on a wig. I think I'm done. And there we go. That's my look, officially complete. So I finished the look off by popping in 2 contact lenses. This one is a Sclera lens from scleraxl.com and this is a regular lens from camowise.com. I was going to use 2 of the same type of lens, but I think it makes it a bit more creepy having that side of the face a bit more messed up. The wig I popped on is a tad more glamorous than I think the character is in the game, but I don't know, I think this is more my interpretation of the character because a few little things have changed here and there, haven't I? So I hope it's okay that I use this wig. And of course I popped on my makeshift halo, which I made in about 5 minutes. I'm sure you guys can do better. And yeah, so that's my take on Alice Angel. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you like it, please make sure to, you know the usual, rate, comment, subscribe and all that jazz. And yeah, so until next time, bye guys.